Welcome back. I'm some guy you've never heard of, and this is GreedFall. So last time, we got the good ending. An ending which could have been, like, so much sooner if Constantine had just talked to me about shit sooner. But whatever. So now we're just gonna see what happens if, I kill him instead. I mean, I think... unless there's a more fighting that I have to do after I take down that, Guardian, which was tough but didn't pack a huge punch. So I don't mind having to fight it again to find out.
Constantine!
Restrain her!
I guess this is the ending we'd be getting if I were playing like a straight male, or a, lesbian or Desarde. Thing had like no armor. Okay. Alright, so long as I don't get too cocky, this shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, this thing is a cakewalk this time so far.
No! Stop! Step back. I do not desire your death. I'm sorry.
Why? Why have you done this?
But for you. For us. So that we may live free at last.
This makes no sense. Constantine, it's madness.
You don't understand because you're still attached to the old world. This old, dying world which, to survive, has betrayed, used, and manipulated us and would not have hesitated to kill us.
Perhaps. But
I've seen death, cousin. And I understood the vanity of it all. My father's ruses just so he could earn more power. The political bowing and scraping to preserve corrupted nations. I have been offered unrivaled power, allowing me to get rid of this. To send the old world back to its inevitable death and to build something new here. Something unique. And this new world is my gift to you. You and I could be its new gods, the immortal and benevolent monarchs.
He himself is the incarnation of the old world he is speaking of. He has its vices and its poison. For his own immortality, he's prepared to destroy everything around him, to break millennia of cycles. I implore you, flesh of my land, think of all the lives that will come to an end to feed his pride.
Don't listen to this old god. He's like all the others, after all, clinging to life. All you have to do is to bind yourself here, with me. And we will be gods together, forever.
Right, so do I actually have to fight him at this point or no? Let's see what happens.
Come.
Because that's where I'd stab him if I was actually trying to kill him.
good night, sweet prince.
After the fall of Constantine, my young student managed to establish stronger links
Speed gained,
between
like
the
that's
old
relevant.
nations and the natives. Some of their Donegada were even invited to the continent, and with their help, it slowly became a land filled with life again. And for the first time in a long while, the number of cases of the Malicor is decreasing. Those who bravely fought at Dorhad Genadu were celebrated everywhere. After all, if it weren't for this unlikely alliance, the island would have fallen into Constantine's greedy hands. Sieglinde took Kurt as an advisor, but he insisted on keeping his place alongside his former student and friend, watching her back as he always had. Siora obtained the title of Marl of the Red Spears alongside her twin. She leads them with wisdom, but often reunites with the one she still calls her Karants. Afra set aside her weapons and went back to her research on the native culture and flora of the island. It is said that she is even writing a book with the help of Dunkasi's clan when not visiting her friends. For his bravery, Vasco was awarded the rank of commander. He now travels the sea at the head of a whole fleet,
Is
but he often comes back
that
to visit his
higher
sister
than
in
captain?
arms. Petrus's ambitions have finally been fulfilled.
Wouldn't it be like
He
admiral or
obtained the
commodore?
much-coveted title of cardinal. Despite the responsibilities implied by such a title, he still sometimes visits the one he calls his child. Despite the help Ulan received, which allowed him to restore the importance of the seaside Nemeus, he still had to renounce the role of Marl as he faced the contempt of the other clans.
Yeah,
Her
he was a
friendship
dick.
with Anaigse helped Deirdre to overcome her reticence. She willfully accepted to follow the orders of her new High King. Dunkas and his people spent a lot of time with savants and theologians. Patiently, they shared their knowledge of the earth and learnt new techniques from one another. And in so doing, they restored balance between the new world and the old. The natives' hostility towards the Alliance has not diminished, and
Well,
Governor
yeah.
Byrne is in a delicate situation, especially considering some sordid rumors in Al-Sad regarding the practices of the scholars he protects. The public revelations of Saint Matthias's life led to a deep change in Teleme. The Ordo Luminis was dismantled for good, and the
Nice.
missionaries' purpose is now to establish dialogue rather than conversion. Now that the Naut's sailing techniques were known, others tried their hand at them, without success for the time being. Simply knowing the techniques could not take the place of the Guild's centuries of experience. Under Sieglinder's control, the Guard returned to the honorable values that had made its reputation. And they did so all the more easily, now that their shadiest members were out of the picture.
Alright. Interesting. So with this, I get to see more of the results of things that I did earlier in the game. Alright. But I can't imagine playing a Desarde that would actually choose to kill Constantine. I was just curious. That's the only reason I came back and did that. Because honestly, at that point, he's the only family she's got left. And every time, even though he's dumb and won't just talk to her, he tells the things not to kill her, only restrain, only stop. No killing. It's like, no, and all of her companions, even the ones that, like, supposedly care about her, abandoned her at the end. Left her to her own devices at the end confrontation with Constantine when she could have used their help. So, yeah. The last episode, that was the correct ending to this playthrough. This was just something I wanted to see out of curiosity, and honestly, the only reason this really happened was because I didn't want to have to figure out what else goes in this time slot for the last episode of July. So it was just an addendum to the series there. So yeah, this has been a ride. The game has its moments, but overall I don't really recommend. Some things are just a little too linear, even though they try to make it like it's not. There's too much running back and forth without it being open world enough to make that interesting. Like, no, like, random encounters or anything that could happen while you're traversing to get back to X place after having just picked something up and taking it to another spot and all that stuff. Like fetch quests in something like Skyrim or Starfield or whatever, or like in a Bethesda game essentially, there's things that could happen along the way that make them so that they're not just super boring. Or you can just fast travel much closer to where you need to go if you're playing that way. So yeah, this has been GreedFall, and I'm some guy you've never heard of. If I had more patience, I'd just let the credits continue, but I have no idea how long they are, so skip.